sit down and actually film my Halloween look for you guys. I am going out with two of my friends, and we're going to be going to like one or two bars and just, you know, um, have a good time. So I am actually going to be Aphrodite this year. My friend came up with this idea that he was going to be the Greek god Dionysus, I think it is, which is the god of ecstasy and desire, I'm pretty sure. I know it's the god of ecstasy, and then his boyfriend is going to be his bull. So then I thought, what better idea to match them and be Aphrodite. I've actually always wanted to do some type of Greek god or Roman god type of theme. So I thought being Aphrodite was perfect. And I literally found this dress that I'm wearing at Macy's like 3 hours ago. Talk about last minute. I'm usually not this last minute about something that I need to go to, but I usually get it like a few days in advance, but literally today was the only day I had time to shop. So anyway, I primed my eyes with my Anastasia eye primer and my Dewdrop lip oil on my lips, and then I just set my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. And now for my eyeshadow palette. I think I've used this palette for Halloween before, but it was like quite a few years ago. And honestly, I thought this palette was absolutely perfect because it's a Venus palette, which is the goddess of love. So I'm going to use the Lime Crime Venus XL palette for my look today. And it has the absolute perfect tones in here for me to do my look. So very excited to use this palette. So for the crease shade, we're going to start out with the shade Goddess. It is such a pretty, like, super pinky mauve shade. This is still one of my favorite, like, mauve toned eyeshadow palettes in my collection. And again, I just thought this would be perfect. Also, I love Lime Crime's formula. They literally are just so easy to apply. They just go on your eyes so nicely. So I'm going to be using those. They are a bit silkier than the mattes that I'm used to, but they're just so good. So I'm just going to build up that pigment quite a bit. That is definitely a very silky matte, but that like works for this because it looks a little bit more like ethereal, more like goddess-like, and I'm just going for like a soft eye, but still a little bit, you know, dramatic. So we're going to take that on this side as well, obviously. I'm just looking at the other shades in the palette, but I just knew I wanted to use this one in my crease. I'm probably going to use Triumph to darken it up because that's not as hot pink as like one of the other mattes in this palette. I'm just going to take that. I also probably should have filled up my water glass because I know I'm probably going to be thirsty later, but I'll just get water wherever we're going, obviously. Okay, and then for my defining shade, I'm going to take the shade Triumph, which is this one right here. It's kind of like a mauvier pink. And then I think I'm just going to darken up the outer corners with the shade next to it, which is called Supreme. So, and literally this palette has a shade called Aphrodite in it. But I don't know why it's like a more like warmer tone brown shade. But I feel like I would have to use that in this look. Maybe I'll use that as my outer corner shade. But Supreme's more of like a very unique color. It's like a purpley brown. So let's just use that to define. My mom and my brother just asked me to carve pumpkins, and I'm like, I don't have any time to do that. Like, we could have done that like 3 hours ago because they were both off today, so I don't really understand why they just asked me now. And honestly, I kind of didn't feel like doing it this year because I just, like, my family's driving me crazy lately. Like, anything we do together, my brother is such a baby about lately, so I just, like, can't stand doing anything with them right now. no matter how much time like I spend at work or I spend at my boyfriend's house or I spend with my friends and then I want to stay home one night and see my family and spend time with them, my brother ruins it in some type of way. So I just cannot be bothered to spend any time with them right now. No matter how many times I talk to them, it's still like doesn't even register. So like what's the point, you know? Whatever. So anyway, I'm going to use that shade. Actually, let's use Botticelli, which is much deeper. I think that's going to add some really pretty depth and dimension and a little bit more drama. I might use that shade Supreme on my lower lash line. But this one is like a deep brown with also a hint of purple. That's why I love these deepening mattes in here. I haven't used this palette in so long. I think the only time I usually do whip out this palette is for Valentine's Day because obviously, again, she is the goddess of love. So I do like wearing it during that time, and then I usually wear the Naked Cherry palette. I used to always wear the Chocolate Bar palette from Too Faced, but that era of makeup I feel like is dead at this point. I don't think anybody uses their Chocolate Bar palettes anymore because after people... Honestly, makeup has really evolved over the past, I would say, maybe 4 years or so. There have been so many good brands, so many good formulas that are better than Too Faced that you can just find so many better things out there that people aren't really using Too Faced that much anymore. I mean, they're still a huge brand, don't get me wrong, but you obviously can get better quality from another brand. Okay, and then for the brow bone, I'm going to use the shade Blank Canvas. What is going on with my brush? I sprayed this last night, but... oh, dang it. Let me see if I can find my other brush. I have another brush that I would use for that. I had like a crown brush. God almighty. Oh, I have this one. I could just use this one. Is this one like actually like that dark, or was it just yeah, it is a little bit darker. But you know what? It blends in pretty nicely. But it has a bit of like a tan undertone to it. But it's not bad. And I'm wearing a wig, so it's not really like that big of a deal if it's a little bit darker. Row, row. My baby. I don't know why my baby is barking cluckings. Okay, so he just had the cutest bark in the world. Like, row, row. He was like, row, row. Like, what is that sound? I'm questioning this. So now I'm just going to apply some glitter glue. I think I'm going to go in with Ethereal. It's like this gorgeous pinky shimmery duochrome shade almost. It's so pretty. And what I don't understand is like my brother still wants us to do things together even though he like starts fights all the time. He's like, want to carve pumpkins? Are you coming to dinner last night? I don't understand. I really just don't get it. Okay, so am I going to use Ethereal or Inspire? That one might be a little bit too peachy, actually. I think we're going to do Inspire, actually. Yeah. I wish that there was another, like, pinkier shimmer in here, because actually there's only 5 shimmers in this palette, but the mattes in here are so incredible, but this shade definitely works, too. This is usually the shade I use when I use this palette. I think I used this shade the last time I used it for Valentine's Day. What is such a good formula? I was thinking about fishing out like a liquid glitter, but honestly, like I'm so over glitters at this point, and I think a lot of people are. I think people are more into like the loose glitters still. I haven't seen anybody use like a liquid glitter shadow in quite a long time. Like, people still use them, but they really are not as popular as they used to be, in my humble opinion. If you love liquid glitters, of course, use them to your heart's desire. It's just not really my thing anymore. I used to use them all the time, and now it's like, I'd rather just use a powder shimmer 99% of the time. Pretty much all the time. Or I'll use like a pressed glitter. That is pretty. I might add a bit of glitter from my Midnight Masquerade palette. We're taking it old school and using some older palettes because y'all know I love bringing back older palettes. It looks so freaking dark out, but it says it's not supposed to rain until like 10 p.m. tonight, but it looks so dark out. So. And I told my mom I was going out, but she probably forgot. I told her like 2 days ago, like, are you going out for Halloween? And I said yes, and she probably forgot. Okay, so I'm just going to deepen up those mattes off camera, and then we'll do the face. Okay, so now we're gonna, oh my god, I thought I almost dropped my water. I'm gonna use my Fourth Ray Beauty Do It spray. You know, I've been forgetting to put on primer lately. I forgot yesterday for work, but at least I was only wearing my makeup for like not even 5 hours. And then I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Jelly Pop primer. I just love this primer. I've been using the hydrating one a lot. I mean, not the hydrating one, the Power Grip one. But this one works really well as well. Like, it really helps, like, the, primers, I mean, the foundation stick. Why do I always say primer stick to the skin? The foundation stick to the skin really well. And then for my foundation, I'm going to use my good old trusty dusty Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. I was going to use the Lancome, but this one just has... like, nothing beats the finish of this foundation. It always looks so insanely gorgeous on the skin. And it just makes my skin look like no other foundation. I mean, I have my favorite foundations, but the finish of this one is so stunning. Oh, cool. I'm just looking at something. I love how my phone doesn't recognize of course they moved all the mannequins around, but I'm not really sure who sent those photos actually from Lucky. So this one is in the shade 110C, and that's what I'm going to use for my foundation. Like, I love the Lancome one, but that one has a little bit more of a matte finish. This one is a little bit more glowy, and I don't really need my makeup to last too long tonight because I'm only planning to have, I don't know why I'm taking it all the way up here. I don't know. That was stupid. It was really dumb. But I'm only gonna have my makeup on like a few hours. Like, it's really not gonna be past like 12, honestly. It's like 5:30 right now. So if I put my makeup on now, and obviously I'm putting my foundation on now, it's only needs to be on for like 6 hours, so. And I just wanted to use this foundation because I love it so much. I actually ordered the new, I mean, it's not that new anymore. I mean, it might be like I think it's like a month or two old now. The House Labs foundation from the VIB sale. I wish I could have used it today, but I was actually almost tempted to pick up that foundation today because I actually found another item that sold out online, which was the Atomic Shake. I'm just going to use my Cover FX Power Play concealer. Really, this has just become like my favorite concealer when I go out because it's just such a beautiful coverage and it just really is so easy to use, and it just covers beautifully. And again, this is really like the only CoverFX products I really have, but it's just so good. So basically, so I ended up finding one of the Atomic Shake lipsticks in the shade that I wanted, and it was the last one in the store, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy it. I was so tempted to buy the right shade in my Haus Labs foundation, but I was like, I probably should just wait till they both come. I tried to swatch some in store, but I could not get anybody to help me. Like, nobody was on the floor really to help customers except for like maybe one or two people, and they were both helping somebody else. Like, it was weird because it was pretty empty when I went in there, and then of course there's like 10 people in there and they all needed help. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just get assistance next time, because I'm hoping that the shade that I got is the right shade for me, because I ended up reordering. Well, I placed another order because of course Sephora always does this, but they always like restock certain things when the sale hits. Like, brands make sure that they restock certain items just for the sale, honestly. And like 5 or 6 shades of like the lighter shades were sold out in that foundation when I placed my order that night, which was like 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's when the sale starts. It's whenever basically it hits midnight in your state, country, whatever. I think it used to be 3 a.m. for us, but then they changed it to where it actually works for us if we want to purchase, because I think a lot of people complained about it. Okay, so I think I'm going to try and bake a little bit. I'm going to try and take quite a bit of this powder. I'm using the Beauty Bakery one. I never know if I do this properly. I can't believe there's a bird chirping right now. And I'm just going to bake like this area, because I always feel like my my concealer like creases so much. So I never feel like if I set the area properly. So I'm just going to try and bake a little bit. I do think that this powder is like so dry though, but let's just try it, I guess. I'm just going to do a little bit more. I don't know why this is taking me so long to get it on the sponge. Probably doing it wrong, but whatever. So I'm just going to bake that. I don't bake any part of, I mean, I barely do baking. So I think I'm just going to do that. I kind of brought it down the sides of my nose a little bit, but that's all I'm going to do is just that. Okay, so just going to have that sit for a little while. And then I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my ColourPop powder. It's literally my favorite match is this powder with this foundation. It always looks so pretty. Okay. I always like want to make sure that I set like the perimeters of my face, because I usually forget to do that. Okay. I also wanted to reorder this since it's like my favorite spray of all time, but of course they don't have it in stock right now because everybody woke up and figured out how good it is. No, I think people knew how good it was before this, I think like a year ago, but it really is like an amazing spray. It's so hydrating. Okay, so for my liner, I think I'm gonna take, if I could find it, let me just put my palette back in my lamp. I'll take my lash primer and my lower lash mascara. Okay, so for my, of course, my e.l.f. Which whatchamacallit, other primer was right there in front of me this whole time, but it's okay. Okay, where the heck is my other liner that I would like to use? Because, oh, it's right here. So for my liner, I'm going to use this berry toned one. But I do kind of want to smudge on the lower lash line. So let's work on some other things on my face. I mean, I'm almost done. So all I have to do is lashes and all that other good stuff. What mascara do I want? Oh, let's use my Cali Ray. I love this mascara. This mascara is so good. Honestly, I feel like the ColourPop one is like a dupe for it, though. Let's use my Hocus Pocus mirror. I keep on forgetting to use it. I don't know why they're working. And I don't know why I'm showing you guys priming my lashes on camera. It's literally like the most boring thing. Alright, let's just go back into the palette again, and we're just going to reinforce the mattes a little bit. So what are your Halloween plans, guys? I really would like to know. Or this video will obviously be up the day after. I don't know why they're working. I think my brother just went outside to put his pumpkin out. I don't really know why they're barking. I just don't know why it got so dark out. It's only 5:40. It's not, it doesn't usually get this dark until like 6:30, 7 o'clock. It's not winter yet. Okay, so I'm going to leave it baking for a little bit longer. So let's just do the mascara. And then I'm probably going to do like bronzer and stuff, and then we'll probably wipe it away. Also, because they talk so much outside that it's like my dogs start going crazy because they're talking. It's like ridiculous sometimes. I don't know what the issue is. Okay, do I like how this mascara looks? Where the heck? Yeah, that looks good. Well, I like it. I feel like I need a little bit more. Okay, so I think I'm just going to wipe that bake away. Oh, God almighty. Why is everything falling? It's amazing. Actually, let's do the bronzer first, and then we'll wipe it away. So for my bronzer, I'm going to use my Anastasia bronzer in the shade Rosewood. This is an old bronzer, but I love it for like more dramatic looks. Or like if I want something that's like a little bit more pigmented. I don't know if I sprayed this last night. I don't know why they're barking. I actually don't think I sprayed that brush last night, so let me just make it a bit more brown with this brush. This brush works really good for bronzer too. This is a powder brush, but honestly, I feel like any flat brush works really good for bronzer, so you don't really have to go crazy finding a bronzer brush. You can just use what you already have. Oh, this eyeshadow looks so red. Okay, sorry. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna wipe it away with my, actually, that looks pretty good, actually. Okay, just like that. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I'm surprised. I thought it was gonna look like crap, but I actually like that. Okay, so now we're gonna go back into the palette, and then we're just going to smudge on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take, I think I'm gonna take Ethereal first though, and just pop that on my inner corners. I don't know if I'm gonna do any glitter, but I think I'm gonna wear, like, I'm gonna put some gold glitter on my chest, but I'm just gonna cover it with a necklace anyway, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that either. Here's an idea, Caitlin, but then don't do it anyway. Love that for me. Just want to make sure it looks good. Just blinding myself as usual. I don't know what they're doing. I don't think this is intense enough, but I can just take my face highlighter and put it on the inner corners, which is probably what I'm going to do anyway, because this shade is not really bright enough, so it's not a huge deal. Oh, I still need this for, I think I'm going to take that shade Supreme, like I said, and I'm going to put that on the lower lash line. Oh my god. This is like very hard pressed. I mean, it looks good because I don't want too much anyway. Oh my god, people suck. Now everybody's like coming after my YouTube live. I hate people sometimes. I'm just gonna take it down because people are like, have to like, I don't know, it's annoying. They act like it's like some personal insult. Whatever. Hold on one second. Okay, so now I'm going to, oh my god, I can't with this. That put me in like an annoyed mood now because people have to be salty about everything. Okay, so now I'm going to do my liner, and I'm going to take the ColourPop liner. I forget the shade. Hopefully it applies because I've been having issues with this like drying out on me. Okay, that's better. Oh god, my back has been killing me lately. I still have to figure out what shoes I'm wearing. So my job just put out all like the Yellowstone stuff in the front of the store, and I'm like obsessed with the show. So it's like it's really fun. I just crushed that. Maybe that'll help actually. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm not doing this anymore. It looks fine. Let me just do my lashes. Give me a second. Okay, so I just did my bottom lashes with my Lash Discovery from Maybelline, and now I'm going to do my blush. Do I want to use this blush? Yes, I do. So now I'm going to use the Pat McGrath blush in the shade Divine Rose. I thought this would be a really pretty one. I actually did whip out my Besame Sleeping Beauty palette again because I almost used that again because I've actually been really into it since I started using it again, but I'm going to use this blush. I actually haven't used this one in a while. I actually used this a ton when I first got it, so I guess they're just standing outside staring at the jack-o'-lanterns that they just made. Like, I don't really understand. Why is, like, this side of my face not picking up pigment lately? Okay, that's better. Maybe because I'm just not directing my brush towards it. So I didn't have time to have dinner. I had breakfast and lunch, but I think I told him we can just eat wherever we decide to go to a bar. I mean, obviously we're going to go to a bar, so. I just want it to be a bit more pigmented. I want her to be a bit dramatic, you know? Okay, that's pretty. I just privated the live, so, because people were getting upset, so. Whatever. I was trying to help, and everybody's like, well, you're spreading a misinformation. Whatever. I'm done. Like, I wasn't involved in it, so I really shouldn't be speaking on it, so. Okay, so for the highlighter, I'm going to use one of my favorite pink ones, and that is Becca's Rose Quartz highlighter. This is one of the Shimmering Skin Perfectors, which is one of the best highlighter formulas still out there. If I could find my highlighting brush. I'm like, we're almost done, and then it takes me a million years to find something. Hopefully I sprayed this brush last night. I don't even remember if I did. It might not show up as intense because I put powder there, but there we go. My highlight never shows up the way I wanted to when I actually like want to go somewhere. I think it looks pretty good. All right, I just need to wrap this up with lips because I need to leave actually very soon. I have to leave within the next like 15 minutes. I wanted to leave like basically now, but y'all know I'm never on time, so it's fine. I'll probably get there like closer to 7, honestly. It's not really a big deal. But I really cannot believe how dark it got. It's like insane. Okay. I think I might just wear like sneakers in the car and then just change into the shoes that I'm wearing. Okay, let me just do my lips. Okay, you guys. All right, that's good. I think we're good. Okay, so for my lips, I went in with Lime Crime's Trinity, which is one of the Velveteens. Still the longest lippies in my entire collection, longest lasting lippies in my entire collection. And this is the look, but I will definitely insert photos of what my costume looks like all together. I mean, it's not even really a costume, it's just a dress. But yeah, I really like how this turned out, and I'm gonna like insert pictures of me wearing my wig and stuff. Like, this is not what I'm wearing. Like, my hair's not gonna be like this. So yeah, I love you guys. Please have a very happy and safe Halloween, and please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CWE19 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. Bye. And here's the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. Bye.